Easy money. So, little world, it's the one and only Master Mycellf. I'm here, live, tapped in. What an honor it is to be back in front of you again. This is IMC TV. This is the Master's Table in particular. All right, it's a pleasure to be back in front of you again. You know, we tap in every single cycle, and every single cycle we have a new way of leveling up, right? So today we're going to level up again. We're talking about unnatural naturalness. This is a philosophy that comes from the one and only, one of the greatest martial artists. I myself grew up as a martial artist, right? However, very few and far between did I ever study martial arts. I was just kind of integrated into the culture and things of that nature, right? So I'm on the path of experimenting with it or doing some research and so on and so forth. I want to go through the journey with you. So I want you to, partake in that process with me. You know what I'm saying? I have an honor and a privilege to tap in here. This is my personal platform in which I started back in 2021. And here we are creating with IMC Nation. All right. So it's an honor to be here in front of you. First and foremost, know and understand everything that we do and say here is done under the banner of entertainment. All right. So don't take what it is I say seriously. Number two, this is for adults and adults only. All right. No kids in the room. If there are kids in the room, I advise you to remove them from the room because what I say most likely will be X-rated. Right. So be prepared for that. Number three, do not break the laws of the land you're tuning in from, wherever it is that you are. Number four, I expect you to be an adult because like I said, like in number two, this is an adult, right? So, or this is for adults and adults only. So that means that you're responsible for your own actions, all right? And number five is I am Master Mycellf, and this is the Master's Table, right? So if you are here, you are considered a master. Even if you're here and you're watching, you're like, man, I'm not a master at anything. Well, you're going to be, right? By tapping into this knowledge and insight and information, that's the process in which I'm on. That's the path in which I'm on. So that's what I talk about. I talk about aspects of mastery because, that's the path in which I'm on once again, right? So I want you to partake in that. And, what I'm saying, hopefully you enjoy the philosophy and things of that nature that we tap into today. What an honor it is every single time I get to partake in here. You know what I'm saying? This is, like I said, a platform that I've been growing since the year 2021. We're here in 2023 in May, right? So almost halfway through the year at this point in time, right? And every single time that we meet, it's another opportunity for us to level up, right? To come into another form of beingness, right? To evolve in our experience of life, right? To grow again, because today is completely different from yesterday, and yesterday was meant to be different from the day before that, and so on and so forth. Like every day, you're meant to grow and change, right? So if you're not growing and changing on a daily basis, you really got to look at your daily process, look at your daily routine, and see, what is it that I'm taking steps in every single day? How am I growing every single day? If you're not growing every single day, then maybe you're not measuring right, or maybe something is off. You get what I'm saying? But we're on the path, we're on the evolution, we're on the process of becoming that best version of ourselves. So let's activate that part of our character. Let's tap in and let's go deep today. All right. So I'm gonna start today off with a brief. Man, it's a trip because I used to listen to this interview almost every single day, a part of my daily process. So I'm going to reintegrate that into my process again. But this here philosophy is important to understand, and I'm break it down as to why that is. All right. So this is Bruce Lee. Man, I guess I could share it here. Let me share. Yeah, let me share the screen here. Let me just pull it up. One sec. Let's do it that way. The IMC Black Panthers right there, in case you don't know nothing about that. You should. You understand me? Let's go to the history. Boom. Here we go.
But tell me a little bit, you set up a school in Hollywood, didn't you, for people like
Yes.
James Garner and Steve McQueen and the others?
Yes.
Why would they want to learn Chinese martial art? Because of a movie role?
Not really. I mean, most of them, you see, to me, at least the way that when I teach it, all type of knowledge ultimately means self-knowledge. Mm-hmm. So therefore, they are coming in to, and ask me to teach them not so much of how to defend themselves or how to do somebody in. Rather, they want to learn to express themselves through some movement, be it anger, be it determination, or whatsoever. So in other words, what I'm saying, therefore, is that he is paying me to show him in combative form the art of expressing the human body.
Which is acting, in a sense, isn't it?
Well...
Or it would be useful, too, for an actor to have
it's,
those.
I mean, it might sound too philosophical, but it's unacting, acting, or acting, unacting. If you...
You've lost me.
I have, right? So what I'm saying, actually, you see, I mean, it's a combination of both. I mean, here it is the natural instinct, and here is control. You are to combine the two in harmony. Not, if you have one to the extreme, you will be very unscientific. If you have another to the extreme, you become all of a sudden a mechanical man, no longer a human being. So it is a successful combination of both. So therefore, it is not only, so therefore it's not pure naturalness or unnaturalness. The ideal is unnatural naturalness or natural unnaturalness.
All right, let's watch that one more time. I just threw on the caption.
But tell me a little bit, you set up a school in Hollywood, didn't you, for people like
Yes.
James Garner and Steve McQueen and the others?
Yes.
Why would they want to learn Chinese martial art? Because of a movie role?
Not really. I mean, most of them, you see, to me, at least the way that when I teach it, all type of knowledge ultimately means self-knowledge. Mm-hmm. So therefore, they are coming in to, and ask me to teach them not so much of how to defend themselves or how to do somebody in. Rather, they want to learn to express themselves through some movement, be it anger, be it determination, or whatsoever. So in other words, what I'm saying, therefore, is that he is paying me to show him in combative form the art of expressing the human body.
Which is acting, in a sense, isn't it?
Well...
Or it would be useful, too, for an actor to have.
It might sound too philosophical, but it's unacting, acting, or acting, unacting. If you...
You've lost me.
I have, right? So what I'm saying, actually, you see, it's a combination of both. Here it is the natural instinct, and here is control. You are to combine the two in harmony. Not, if you have one to the extreme, you will be very unscientific. If you have another to the extreme, you become all of a sudden a mechanical man, no longer a human being. So it is a successful combination of both. So therefore, it is not only, so therefore it's not pure naturalness or unnaturalness. The ideal is unnatural naturalness or natural unnaturalness.
All right. Let's get back to it. So what does that mean? Man, it's a trip to even think that that's a philosophy that has been existing for what, almost over 40 years, right? I believe that recording was back in 82 or something like that, before I was even born, right? So natural unnaturalness, natural naturalness, right? Or no, he said natural unnaturalness, right? Before that, he goes into briefly, all knowledge that we are seeking in this life is knowledge that we're seeking to acquire that is an understanding of ourselves, right? We are here, we are existing on this planet, on this earth, at this point in time, to come into knowledge, to come into understanding of ourselves. So as you come into greater understanding of yourself, you have an opportunity to blend the experience of life. He was talking about, how his student was coming to him and essentially was looking to, or his students would always come to him looking to find a way to express themselves through this the human body, if you will, right? And in that expression, in the pursuit of being able to express yourself through your human body, there is a balance, a seeking of a harmony, right, to come about. What does that even mean, man? There is a desire to operate with a sense of, this is actually very key to mastery, right? Because I can tie this and I can see this connection here. In order to become a master at something, you're going to have to find the rhythm, the frequency, the element, the aspect where it's second nature, right? You're not having to think about the things in which you're constantly doing, right? Like, I don't think about going live. I go live every single day, right? If you don't know, I go live every single day on my personal channels called The Self Code, right? It may change. I may change the name of it just to Master Mycellf, and thinking about that recently. However, there is an aspect, right, that happens when you are in the pursuit of mastery, where it becomes natural. It's just a natural expression. It's a natural evolution of you constantly tapping in, you constantly focusing on just showing up. You get what I'm saying? Because showing up and presenting yourself, right, having a presence about yourself, continuously showing up, continuously delivering the content that you're here to deliver. I'm talking about just speaking and being live and things of that nature, right? You're gonna eventually come to a point of mastery to where it's second nature. You don't have to think about it. You get what I'm saying? You just come on and you start to speak, right? So, the idea came to me to think, to not only think, but talk about, this aspect of natural and naturalness. This is a process that I don't really understand. You get what I'm saying? I'm being transparent. I'm being real with you. I can tell you, like, I don't get it. I don't know exactly what it means. But as I'm looking at it right now, I can honestly tell you that, I see that there's an aspect where you let go of the control of, and at the same time, you still have control of the dynamic, right, in which you are creating, right? That's the dynamic in which I find myself in right here, right now. Like, I don't know specifically what it is I'm going to lead into when it comes to the things in which I'm talking about. But there's a naturalness that comes about because why? Because I show up every single day to go live. And every single day, I present myself with another opportunity to grow through this experience of being live, of being tapped in, to stream this consciousness, to add my insight, to my value, my wealth of knowledge, if you will, of self, right? Knowledge of self is knowledge of wealth. That's my motto. That's the theme of everything which you ever hear me speak on, right? Knowledge of self is knowledge of wealth. The more that you know about yourself, the more that you know what value you have to this world. You get what I'm saying? Therefore, you have knowledge of wealth. You have insight as to these are the gems that are within me, because I know that I have this aspect within me. Like, I know I have an aspect within me to be able to serve. I have an aspect within me to be to continuously discipline myself, right? To continuously show up when I say I'm going to show up, to back up my words. Like, I know that's an aspect of me. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. I don't have everything figured out, but I'm here to continuously figure it out. I'm here to make it make sense. You get what I'm saying? I'm here to continuously develop these aspects of myself that I'm seeking to become a master at. Because the only way I'm going to do that is by continuously showing up over and over and over again, right? So there's an aspect of being in control, right, of this here broadcast, this platform, if you will. And there's an aspect where I don't know what the fuck I want to talk about, right? I come over here and I'm like, yo, man, I know I have insights. I know I have value. I know I have wisdom that I've acquired through my daily disciplines. I know I have insights that I've acquired through my practices on a consistent basis. Like, my practice is to continuously show up every single day, not just show up, but to show up, right? To show you the insights in which I've gathered from my life and to speak on them, to speak from them. This only happens as a result of my continuous, putting myself in the limelight, putting myself in the fire, if you will, and putting myself into uncomfortable positions where I gotta grow. I gotta grow right now. I gotta figure it out. So in my perspective, what does Bruce Lee mean when he says there's a natural unnaturalness that comes into play? There's a natural aspect, right, of being able to fight, if you will, right? Like, there's naturally, like, we all know, we get the gist of, like, man, to be able to defend myself, I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna have to stand up, and I'm gonna have to, throw my fist right, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to, respond this way, whatever the case may be. That's a natural understanding that comes about because why? Naturally, we understand that there's a way to defend ourselves somehow, some way. Naturally, you get that because you've seen other people do it. We've been programmed to think that we got to fight and so on and so forth. Whatever. Right? There's a naturalness there, but there's an unnatural aspect, right, to fighting. That when you are a practice, when you are disciplined, when you seek to become a master, like I learned from some masters. Like, my father is actually one of the masters. You know what I'm saying? That I've learned from. You get what I'm saying? He's a master in the martial arts that we study. It's called Tong Soo Do. Not only that, but my Sabonim, my master instructor, that's what Sabonim translates into, master instructor. He was a dedicated practitioner of the art of Tong Soo Do. You get what I'm saying? Not just in the actual practice of the art form, but in his lifestyle. Same thing with my father. In his lifestyle, I see a transition, right? There's levels to it, of course. I'm getting excited. I'm hitting the keyboard and shit. On top of that, there's higher level masters, right? There's Master Quan Ki. right? Who, man, I love being around him. He has in essence, he has a unnaturalness that's there. You get what I'm saying? Like he unnaturally carries himself with a man, with an essence, with a presence, right? Like unnatural, it's unnatural because he's very practiced at it. I believe that man's almost 70 years old. He's like 68 or something like that, right? He's living in this present time. So that's a master that I'm very familiar with. And he's shown me some practice of qigong that like I just get excited just thinking about it because he's a very, very high level practitioner. I've seen him do some crazy things. Like I'm talking about, to the point where man, I just seen him like kind of dissemble the human body, like some just unnatural shit. You know what I'm saying? But that happens naturally for him because he's constantly practiced. He's constantly dedicated to not only showing up but delivering his energy consistently in that field. Right. My grandmaster is Grandmaster Hosik Pot, right? Who comes from the Hwoarang World Trade Federation. You know what I'm saying? World Tong Soo Do Federation. That's his personal federation. He started under the art of Tong Soo Do. He was also one of the first leaders or teachers, instructors, masters to teach the Korean to teach Korean karate. That's the art that I study, Tong Soo Do. He was the first to teach the Korean army that well, I don't know if he was the first, but he was one of the first to teach the American armies the Korean art, right, of Tong Soo Do. And so recognizing that once again, these are masters in different fields that I can look towards and I can say, man, there's a natural unnaturalness, exactly what Bruce Lee is talking about. There's a naturalness that comes about when you are unnaturally gifted. You get what I'm saying? Like imagine being a master at, let's say you're a master at just throwing a punch. You get what I'm saying? Like if nothing else, you became a master just throwing that one punch at left jab. You know what I'm saying? You were a master at that. You just automatically boom. You know what I'm saying? You had the quickness with it. There was no thinking to it. You get what I'm saying? That's natural, and that happens only after you get to a point of practicing over and over and over again. You get what I'm saying? Like that's a practiced art. You know what I'm saying? You have to be a practitioner of that to get to the point of where it's an unnatural practice, right? To practice jabbing like 1,000 times. Let's say I practice a jab 1,000 times a day. And I did that for the rest of my life, like every single day. I would get to a point of being naturally gifted in that because it's unnatural to practice that. Like that's my interpretation of what it is that we're talking about right here, right now. Right, the same thing happens. Like the man that I learned from is AZV, right? That's our mentor. He's the founder of IMC Nation. He's a leader of IMC Nation, and he's very practiced at being in front of the camera. He's very practiced at not just being in front of the camera, but the martial arts that he practices. He's very practiced at presenting himself. He's very practiced at living the lifestyle that he's living at this point in time. You get what I'm saying? With all that being encompassed, the way that it is. There is a natural unnaturalness, right, that comes about because of the practices that he takes on. Like every single day, not every single day. I have like normally 2 days that I take off from doing yoga. Like I'll do yoga at some point later on today, right? For the last month, it's been at least. So I started at the end of January. So we're now in May. So it's been about almost 4 months. You get what I'm saying? Where I've been practicing, so let's just call it 3.5 months of me practicing Bikram yoga, right? And not every single day, but at least 4 to 5 days every single cycle, right? There is an aspect that I can see. If I was to go to yoga, and there was a time where I was doing yoga every single day, right? I wasn't taking any days off. It becomes so evident so quickly, the presence of somebody that has practiced in art. It's an art form. You get what I'm saying? To practice Bikram yoga is the yoga that I'm talking about, right? It's a hot yoga routine, 26 postures, 2 breathing postures, it coupled along with those 26 actual forming postures, asanas are what they're called, right? So with that being understood, it's clear the difference between somebody that's practiced, and not just practice, but has become a master because of their practice. They're seeking to become a perfect practitioner of that art form, right? It's clear as day. Every single time I go to a yoga studio or I'm just practicing by myself, I'm able to measure the growth in myself. I'm able to measure the growth in others because of our practice, because of our discipline and our dedication. Now, maybe this is something that I have insight on that comes from me being practicing the martial arts, where I've seen time and time again other men, you know what I'm saying, and women, of course, you know, who are practicing and who are not, right? It's like, it becomes very clear. Like, if you show up every single day, you are dedicated to your practice, you are dedicated to your growth. Without a doubt, you're gonna grow by just showing up every single day. Without a doubt, it's a guaranteed process. Now, how fast you grow, how evolved you are in that process, that's completely up to you. Nobody else is gonna be able to dictate and say like, yo, these are the steps that you need to take. No, everybody's path is completely different. But we're seeking mastery. That's the only thing that I intend on talking about here at the Master's table. Mastery. Mastery in communication, mastery in your imagination, mastery in your body, in your mind, your spirit, your energy, your presence, mastery. What is mastery? To be able to do something without having to think about it. Where it comes second nature, it's just boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? Like it just flies off of the mind. It flies off of your intelligence. It just becomes natural. It's a natural expression of yourself. Naturally, you have an opportunity to level up in consciousness, to go from this regular state of existence to evolve way beyond it, to where it becomes unnatural for you to move and do the things in which you do. The only way you're going to get there is by practicing. Practice, right? So I show up every single day doing this live stream. Now, other people, they especially in IMC NATION, other men go out every single day, and I applaud that. When I say going out, I mean there's an element of practicing game, right? There's an element of being out in field and practicing. Some of my brothers here that live, I'm in Base 5, right? I'm a leader of Base 5, IMC Base 5 here in Phoenix, Arizona. Little outside of Phoenix, just right in Tempe. So, I'm surrounded by, different strong men that are practicing their arts, right? Practicing their philosophy, going into field and dedicating themselves to doing that, right? Now, you may be asking, Master Mycellf, why aren't you doing it? Well, I'm on the process of becoming very great at what it is that I'm doing right here, right now, which is going live, right? Streaming my thoughts and my consciousness. So it's not that I don't go out, it's that I'm practicing differently, right? I practice every single day going live, not only live on here, but I go live on Hilly, I go live on my YouTube, my personal YouTube, the Self Code, I go live every single day. And every single day, I'm able to measure my growth and my skills, my dedication to my commitment and my growth and things of that nature, right? So in that path, in this process, I'm on the path of becoming a master at doing this one thing, going live. Now, this is just one aspect of life, right? So I also practice every single day, daily calisthenics. Every single day, I'm practicing mastering my mind, which allows me to practice mastering my body, which allows me to continue to practice mastering my energy, which all requires me to master my spirit, right? So there's different aspects that I'm looking to and seeking to master. And it translates from this moment to the next moment where I do go in the field and I do interact with the world. It transfers from, this moment until the moment where I'm facing these adversities in my life, right? If I have conflicts, if I have, things that I need to resolve, you get what I'm saying? If I have, bills that need to be handled, if you will. If I have, programs to continue to create and things of that nature, which are different aspects in which I'm handling every single day. I'm making it make sense. You get what I'm saying? Because it doesn't make sense all the way. I wasn't taught how to run a business. I wasn't taught how to live on purpose. I wasn't taught how to interact with women. Well, I was taught, but maybe that's the issue. You know what I'm saying? I was taught the wrong way, if you will, right? Because it's just not successful. It's not successful in the terms of doing the things in which I know I'm called to do, my purpose, to fulfill my vision, my purpose, my plan, right? Which is in alignment with my creator, with my God. In order to fulfill that, There's certain things that got to be in alignment. So that's why I'm on the path in which I'm on. That's why I'm connected to IMC Nation. That's why I'm leading Base 5. That's why I'm tapped in at the level that I'm tapped in at this point in time. Once again, I'm not saying that I'm perfect by any means, but I do seek mastery. I do every single day seek to become the natural, unnatural essence of me. Once again, what does that even mean? There's this aspect where I'm clearing it up. I'm seeking to grow in the expansion of my character, knowing and understanding what does that even mean? What does that translate into? Master Mycellf, you sound great, but what are you talking about, bro? Well, let me tell you, I'm on the path of figuring it out. You get what I'm saying? Every single day, I got to figure it out. Every single day, I gotta seek, this growth. I got to seek this evolution. I got to know and understand it. Like, nobody's going to do me for me. So let me show up for me. Let me practice my philosophy every single day. And every single day, let me be able to measure my growth in my communication, in my imagination, in my application as I run into life. Because I'm not here just to take part. I'm here to take over. I'm here to be a star in my own life. So I got to treat these moments that way. I got to know and understand it. And the reason why I'm speaking on it right now is I'm doing it with the intention of being of service to you, so that you can know, like, yo, my path in this life is not just to take part in this experience. I'm not just here to exist as another form of consciousness. My life is not ordinary. I'm not here to just exist and float in the wind and, oh, my life happened this way and my life did this and so on and so forth. No, that's not what I'm here to do. That's not what you're here to do. You're meant to become somebody great. Otherwise, I truly believe, I truly know that you would not be here, you would not be listening, you would not be tapped in. That's so key for you to know. That's so key for you to recognize. Like, nobody else is going to step into the light for you. It's your due diligence. It's your path. It's your purpose. It's your plan that you got to follow through with. In order to get there, it's going to require your commitment, your dedication. This is literally something I talked about on my YouTube channel last night. The hidden key to self-mastery, on this path of mastery, the way that you're going to get there is to commit to something. What are you committed to? You got to commit. You got to dedicate your time, your energy, your presence, your essence to something. And then know that that something is going to happen as a result of your dedication, your commitment. There's a law of exchange, there's a law of reciprocity that takes place every single day. The law of cause and effect. What are you causing to exist? What effects are you creating based off the things in which you're causing every single day? You got to be committed. You got to dedicate yourself. You got to move with the intention, have a mindset of creating effects everywhere you go. When you have that mindset, when you have that approach, like when I go out and I'm doing DoorDash, I'm providing services that way. Or if I'm here doing a live stream, I got to recognize that I have the ability to create an effect on somebody. Like, there was a whole interaction that happened earlier today with this female. She was giving me her parking space, right? And I recognize after the fact, right? This is the practice, right? Once again, I'm not perfect by any means. I have many different flaws. You get what I'm saying? But I'm on the path of growing. So let me talk about it. Let me use this space to create a new platform for myself where I can know and understand I can get better. And when you see me do that, you can now do that for yourself, right? You can duplicate this process and you can say, you know what? I can recognize that I have these moments in time where I can grow, I can expand, I can become better as a result of my dedication to commit to become better. Because once again, as we started, as Bruce Lee said, all knowledge in which we seek is seeking knowledge of self. We're seeking to grow and expand in terms of how can I apply this in my own life, in my own perspective. So it's not about me when I'm telling my stories. It's about how can you grow? How can you expand? How can you become the best version of yourself? Because once again, that's the path in which we're all on. So again, I had this dynamic where this female, was coming, and mind you, I'm in class, so I can use that as an excuse and so on and so forth, whatever. But let's say that I didn't have that excuse. She's coming, she's She sees me pulling up. I'm pulling up. I'm about to do I am parallel parking. By the way, I need better practice at my parallel parking. Man, it's been a minute. But so I'm backing in. I'm trying to get it right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm literally pulling up. And I see her, kind of change her direction. She notices me. She's looking at me in the what's it called, the windshield, and she's beautiful, light skinned girl. You know what I'm saying? For every guy would be like, damn, that bitch is bad. Light skinned girl. She got braids on. You know what I'm saying? Like long braids, wearing the all gray great jumpsuit, all gray jumpsuit, right? And she's coming towards my car, right? She's approaches the window. So I'm backing up. I'm like, what's this about to come say? You know what I'm saying? But I'm kind of expecting it in the same manner because that's how my life goes. Meanwhile, she comes around and she's like, hey, I'm about to leave. You know what I'm saying? She was like, if you want to take my position, you know what I'm saying? You can. You know what I'm saying? So I got about 40 minutes left, or whatever the case may be. And I was like, oh, okay, you know what? Because I thought about it and I was like, it didn't really matter because I was already parking in the spot, and I'm really only just there to just pick up a order real quick. You know what I'm saying? But then I said my response was, okay, you know what? I'm gonna take you up on that. She was like, huh? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take you up on that. You know what I'm saying? So I said it a little differently the second time around. But I'm realizing after the fact. So she walks by. She's like, oh, okay, cool. Walks away, so on and so forth. Gets in the car and drives off. And so I pull into her spot. You know what I'm saying? I secure the spot. So I'm realizing after the fact, I'm like, man, what an opportunity. What an opportunity that came my way. Once again, I did not capitalize on. I could have said anything. I could have been like, hey, do you model? You know what I'm saying? Or, what are you doing here? Were you just working out or whatever? I could open a conversation, right? So I'm recognizing that this is a gap in my personal evolution that I got to take responsibility for. And I can say, you know what? Like I genuinely thought about this after the fact. I'm like, man, that was an opportunity that came my way. So I got to capitalize on these opportunities as I move forward. I got to be honest with myself and say, you know what? I didn't respond to the degree that I expect myself to respond. I did not respond. I was not the character in which I was claiming to be. As Master Mycellf, I did not show up for myself right then and there. And that takes honesty to truly say, damn, I didn't show up. I didn't do what it is I wanted to do. I didn't say what I wanted to say. And it's uncomfortable to face that truth, but that's the path. That's the process. And I'm looking to become a master at this. So I got to use these opportunities. I got to capitalize on this. I got to look at myself in this camera, in this mirror right now. And I got to say, come on, bro. You can do better. Yeah, you said what you said. Yeah, it was smooth or whatever the case may be. You handled yourself. You didn't lose character. You didn't say, what's going on with you? I didn't hit on her necessarily or, step out of bounds or anything like that. But no, she came to me. This is an opportunity that the universe brings to me. Like, bro, you want to level up. This is your opportunity. So honestly, I can look at this equation and I can say, damn, I haven't closed the gap here yet. I have a lot of room to grow. So what am I going to do about it? Next time I'm in an interaction, I'm going to consciously think, how can I turn this to make it work for me? You get what I'm saying? How can I respond differently to my life? Because I do what? I have a responsibility for me and my life, my situation and circumstance. Every single day I have an ability to respond differently. So how am I going to respond? How am I going to use this natural opportunity that's being presented to me to become a unnatural, to step into the realm of unnaturalness, right? To where unnaturalness, for me, it's unnatural for anybody to be a master, right? To be a master at something, it's unnatural. It's not natural. It's not normal, is what I'm saying. It's not the standard of communication. It's not the baseline frequency that everybody operates at, right? That's just not it. It's a step above that because it requires a different level of dedication. I can tell you. Look, I show up every single day. I go live every single day, whether people show up or not. There's many times people don't even show up. I'm like, great. Another opportunity for me to practice stepping into this realm of mastery. So then when you see me 10 years down the line, you're going to be like, bruh, I wish I would have studied or started with this man when he got started. I wish I was there. Like the year 2033 is going to come around. People are going to be like, God damn. I guarantee you it's going to be that. Because that's my intention, to continue to grow, continue to evolve, continue to push myself outside of my normal experience, outside of the baseline experience. So when I have an interaction where a female comes around and she, hovering around and wants to partake of my energy, or just wants to engage with me somehow, right? Maybe if it would, aside, maybe I'm, magnifying this situation as more than it is. But for me, I see this as an opportunity that was presented to me that I did not capitalize on. So I now can look at myself and I can come on here and I can tell you this whole story. I can tell you that, I have a lot of room to grow. And what am I going to do about it? How am I going to change? Well, I'm going to respond differently as I move forward. I'm going to use this as an opportunity to continue to grow, to continue to step out of my means, my normal experience. I seek growth. I seek evolution that's greater than anything that I've had in my past. I got to set a new standard every single day. And every single day, in every way, that's how you grow. That's how you evolve. So, little world, it's the one and only Master Mycellf. Look, I'm here. I'm live on IMC TV. I'm here tapped in. And, I'm being very honest with myself. I just told a whole story where I did not capitalize on the situation that was presented to me, right? But I'm capitalizing on the opportunity right now to talk about it, right? Because I create a space, an avenue, a platform where I can do this every single day. That's why I go live every single day, because I'm dedicated to becoming a master at this one practice, which is in my communication, dedicating myself to my evolution every single day. Because look, I know that I'm not perfect. I know I don't have it all figured out, but I'm here to figure it out. I'm talking about natural unnaturalness. This is a philosophy that comes from the great martial artist, Bruce Lee, who was greater than just a martial artist. He was an example to this world. So I recognize that I have an opportunity today, right here, right now, to better myself and to look at myself with an understanding that, this is an opportunity for me to improve my communication. It's an opportunity for me to improve in the way that I'm approaching life, because I know that nobody else is going to live for me. Nobody else is going to figure it out for me, but it happens right now. So that's why I'm making this video. I'm making this video so I can intentionally continue to create, continue to evolve through this process in which I'm dedicated to every single day. Every single day I go live, and every single day I'm tapped in, and I'm looking to become a master at this art of communication, this art of presenting myself, this art of being a master at myself. Because nobody else is going to do that shit for me, man. Nobody else is going to take on that responsibility. So let me dedicate my daily experience to that. That's why I go live every single day. And every single day, I feel the level up. Every single day, I know I grow. Every single day, I know I'm becoming a better version of myself. Because why? Because I showed up again. And that's half the work. Continue to show up, continue to evolve, and move forward with confidence, knowing that someday, when you continuously show up every single day, you're going to get better. You're going to grow. You're going to become that version of yourself that you wish you ran into when you were young, when you got started. That's what we're talking about today. That's what we're doing every single day. We're leveling up every day in every way. Tap in, man, see your great potential, and move forward with confidence, man. Know and understand. Nobody can do you the way that you can do you. Tap in. It's the one and only Master Mycellf, tapping up from IMC Nation. Be the best and fuck the rest. Salute. Every day we have an opportunity. Every day I'm looking to grow. I'm looking to evolve in this communication with my life. All right. So that's what I got to say today. Natural and naturalness. I gave the breakdown. I gave the breakdown initially. Hopefully, it was of service to you. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was for you or not, I know it was for me. So, my intention is to continuously put this out, live my life in front of the world and figure it out, bro. Like, I'm not here and you're not here to claim that you know anything about life. Like, it's just a misnomer. It's just, what is a misnomer? It's a miscommunication. You're saying something that's not true, right? When you're saying that you got to figure it out. Nobody has this shit figured out. Everybody is in a space where we got to figure things out. We got to make it make sense. So as you go on the path of making it make sense, what is it that you have that is an advantage to you in this life, right? If you can answer that question, you can begin to figure out this puzzle of life step by step, all right? So for the last 3 minutes of this broadcast here, I want to do a moment that we do every single time that we tap in here. It's called a meditative moment. We're going to take some time to tap into the world within. So wherever it is that you are, I encourage you to tap in, close your eyes, and let's tap into the inner world, the inner experience. We'll set a timer here. We'll start with some breathing. As we close our eyes, and start this process of meditation. All right. So tap into your world within, and know and understand that this is the inner space, and nobody else can take away from you. As you take a deep breath in through your nose and let it out through your mouth. Feel your body relax. Feel your mind relax. And feel your spirit relax. Take another deep breath in through your nose. Inhale your lungs as much as possible and let it out. And relax even deeper this time. Taking another deep breath in through your nose. This time, hold it. Take the time to appreciate yourself from the inside out. As you let it out, relax even deeper. One more time, breathe in through your nose. Fill your lungs. Hold it at the top and let it out. Relaxing even deeper. Get clear on the image that you have inside of yourself. This is your inner space, a place where nobody else has access to. So what you imagine, what you see, is so unique to you. But this is your place of power. Take another deep breath in on your own pace. And relax. Take the time to appreciate and enjoy your inner space. Until the timer goes off, enjoy your peace. Begin to wake yourself up to your external world. Getting familiar with the outside again. Appreciate yourself for taking the time to go within and to live on purpose. As you open your eyes, reorient yourself to the world. And you can always know that this is your inner space. This is your place of self-mastery, self-evolution. It's your sacred temple. I have a phrase that I've been saying for years. It's something I live on. I say, my mind is my temple. I am master of myself. This is the one and only Master Mycellf tapping out from the Master's table. Hope y'all enjoyed today's broadcast. It's always an honor to tap in with you from IMC TV, IMC Nation. I encourage you to tap in with every single channel, because every single channel will bring you something different, a different flavor, a different frequency, different energy, right? But every day you have a new set of skills to measure. I encourage you to continue to tap in and dig deeper today. It's the one and only tapping out from IMC Nation. Be the best.